Hey, guys. No intro today. It's not been working too well, so we're sitting here waiting on some people to come in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Just waiting on people. Guys, what I wanted, I was sitting here talking with Discovering the Truth. I'll get it out here in a minute. I can't talk this morning for some reason. But I was talking with her, and we were saying, she was telling me how last night, good morning, Peas in a Pod. Good morning, Diana. Um, she was telling me how Candace or somebody on Daisy's channel last night was saying how Ellie is watching all of our videos. I've got a question for you guys. Now, we know since all this started that they've said that they're watching our videos. Everybody's watching the Summer Wells videos, no matter who makes them, right? Good morning, Little Wing and Vicky. Suzette, hello. Anyways, everybody has told us that. I mean, Don B's talked about it. Candace and Don Wells has said something about it. Everybody talks about how Ellie is keeping an eye on the Summer Wells case by watching all the videos that are done about Summer Wells. Well, if that's true, then why does TBI and Ronnie Lawson and all the Ellie get on the press conferences and stuff and say, YouTubers are nothing but crap. They're doing nothing but ruining the case. They're doing nothing but spreading false information. We don't need your help. We don't want your help. Please don't. If it comes from a YouTuber, don't call in a tip. I mean, come on. If you're a YouTuber and you try to call and talk to John Pruitt, you get hung up on, right? I mean, so if they are so against us and any information that comes from us as far as tips or anything like that goes, then tell me, why would they spend so much extra money that they would have to spend on manpower? Because, one person can sit and watch everybody's videos. It would take at least 2 or 3 people. You're going to have to pay a salary to these people to sit around and do nothing but watch all these YouTubers and watch their videos. So why would they spend so much money paying these people to sit and watch videos of Summer Wells when they find nothing that we say is credible? They do not want our help. They don't want anything from us. So tell me, why is that? What do you think? Did you watch Doug as No, I didn't, but Discovering was telling me about it. That's one of the things we were talking about. Yeah, fake the phone issue, yeah. Everyone's coming in. Please hit the like button. Thank you, Suzette. I would hope they don't need to watch YouTube because they know what's going on already. They just need to gather the evidence. Right, I agree. But I mean, that's what everybody keeps hollering is, oh, they're still watching us. They're watching all the videos. But yet they're telling the press and everybody else that'll listen, we don't want your help. We don't need YouTubers. Basically, YouTubers are bad. Stay away from them. They're evil. So if we're so bad and we're so damaging to the case, why would they be paying people to watch our videos to find out information? I just thought it was an interesting topic and wanted to get y'all's opinions about it because it don't sound right to me. I mean, it'd be one thing if they were watching, if they were watching everything that Don and Candace were on, maybe, and watching to see what they have to say, or maybe if they slip up at some point, like 500 YouTubers wouldn't call them and tell them if they did. Thank you, Little Wing. Y'all have to overlook my voice and the coughing and stuff this morning because the allergies are really kicking up real bad. They may only watch when D and C are talking. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Everything else is hearsay. They don't want hearsay. In my opinion, I don't believe Ellie has time to sit around and watch all the YouTube channels. They're too busy out investigating in the real world. Now we know that John Pruitt, Discovering, plainly says that he goes in and he sits and listens to his voicemails that he gets on his phone. Now he's too busy to watch YouTube channels because of that. I think arresting anyone in this case could open a can of worms for certain people. They're not watching. Okay. Oh, thank you, Suzette. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Guys, I do want to bring your attention to a video I put out yesterday. Arctic Fox also backed it up with a video of his own, and I'm putting one out right now about Joshua Rutherford. I think that's the right name, Rutherford. Real quick, we'll get back to the topic at hand. But guys, the strange thing about it is nobody in his family, nobody has posted anything on their Facebook pages about this child being missing. We do know he's missing. It is listed with TBI. He does have an NCIC number. So it is a real missing child. But it states on his Facebook page that he lives in Knoxville, but they're telling people to call the Newport police department if they know any information, and that supposedly he went missing from Newport. Now, another strange thing about it is that his family moved back from Knoxville to Newport a month before he decided to go, or before he disappeared. And I'm assuming it's his half sister who put on, and I don't know that she was talking about him, but she posted the day before he went missing, talking about someone, talking about, I've got his social security number, I've got this, I've got his bank information, I've got everything. I'll just take and I'll enlist his butt into the military, and I'll send his butt to Iraq. Now, that happened the day before he disappeared. The only person I can think of is Joshua that she was talking about. Now, I don't know that for certain. That's just my opinion. But other than that piece of information, there is nothing on any of his family Facebook pages about him being gone, about him being missing, nothing. And I find that just slightly strange, guys. So if anybody wants to take a look into his story, see what y'all can dig up, because I've dug, Discovering has dug up, Arctic Fox has looked, he can't find anything. We need everybody's help on this one, guys, because it really does sound a little strange. And a month before this child went missing, there's a picture of him holding at least $500 spread out in money sitting in his car. And that was a month before he disappeared. So I don't know where the money came from, if it was in nefarious reasons, or at first I was thinking, he got an income tax check back. No, it's the wrong time of year for income tax. So if y'all don't care, if y'all could help us all look into that, that would be great. Ellie has always been on these chats lives. At this point, they're letting YouTube do Dawn and Candace interrogation. Much love, y'all. Well, I would hope that's true, but why do they have to badmouth us to the press? I don't get that. They probably make their interns watch. LOL. Yeah, that's true. Also, I'm going to be releasing a video later, and y'all may not understand it, but I found something that Jody Sue wrote back on the 19th of June in 2021. And it talks about, that she couldn't imagine somebody coming up there and taking any of those kids because, it's basically, it's a private area up there, guys. I put a video with this. And in the video, you can see there's nothing. It's Chasing Truth did this video, and it was in June 16th of last year. So the foliage and all the greenery and everything is in full bloom. You can't see any house. The only house that you can see up that holler is the one, is Dawn Chambers' house when you first turn on Ben Hill Road. And she goes all the way up to where the road splits and turns around. And you don't see any houses because they're hidden in the woods behind the trees. I do not. I mean, that proves right there that it was not a stranger abduction, because nobody in their right mind would drive up a holler like this, not see any houses anywhere, and think, oh, well, I'm just going to park on the side of the road here and go traipsing through the woods and see if I can find a house somewhere to steal a kid from. Sorry, I don't believe it. Hello, Alpaca Maid. How are you this morning? Hello, Corey. Tassie, if that is the case, they should have pulled them in by now on suspicion in the disappearance of their daughter. What the hell are they doing? I don't know, honey. If Ellie was watching, don't you think they would be asking more important questions than we're asking? I mean, they know what to ask. Well, that's the thing, discovering we don't know what they are asking or what they're not asking, because they're not giving us any kind of information whatsoever, which is, in my opinion, is bullcrap. I mean, no, there's certain things that they can't tell us because it might jeopardize, like in the serial murders and stuff, that in the old books and stuff that you read about, they will find like a card left at every, deceased body. Well, they don't tell the public about that because that's the one thing that only the killer would know. Okay, I get that. But in 90% of the other cases, they give us information on what's going on, what happened. In Summer's case, for some strange reason, they tell nothing, and I don't get it. Of course, I get agitated to a lot of things. Plus, they were assuming there were no cams there on the property. A stranger wouldn't know there wasn't. Right, exactly. I agree. But when I get that video loaded, guys, I want y'all to, because Chasing the Truth does an excellent job as far as when she goes up there and she shows where Jody Sue and Andy's driveway is. She shows where Jackie Dobbs's property is, in relation to where Dawn and Candace's property. She shows all the way straight up the hill to where you can see, we should be able to see the house, but of course you can't because of the greenery. She walks down to where the dog trail's supposed to be. You can't see it either. There is no sign of life except for that driveway. And when you look up the driveway where it turns, you can't see anything that direction either. So, I mean, it could be in an abandoned house and nobody would have known it. Hang on one second, guys. I got to let my dog in, okay? There you go, baby girl. Sorry about that, guys. Well, good morning, Eve. Good morning, everybody. Lolly, hello. I think if Ellie told us something, a lot of the drama would stop. I know it would. A lot of the rumors and the misinformation would stop, because all we have to go on is what little tidbits that we've gotten, which most of them aren't even real, and our own imaginations. Chasing the Truth changed her channel name, Tracy Ann. Oh, wow, really? I didn't know that. So thank you for telling me. But no, I mean, I didn't really have a direction that this is going to go in this morning, guys, but I really thought it was interesting that supposedly everybody keeps hollering that they're watching all of us, but yet they don't have anything to do with YouTubers. I believe the dog trail issues are confusing because there are two dog trails, one that goes to Ben Hill and one goes to Beach Creek, and people get them mixed up. Well, the one that he supposedly brought that TV person down is the one that comes down to Ben Hill. And as soon as you get to the road, you can see the driveway. Like it's maybe 15 foot up the road. And Chasing Truth shows that area, and you can't see anything. That's also the one that Cam supposedly brought that bag of potatoes or whatever it was down through there, bag of dog food, whatever it was he run down through there with. The misinformation won't stop because everyone is totally confused. I agree. Yes, welcome to those joining. Thank you for joining, Nana. We're glad you're here. Absolutely 100%. But like I was saying, though, she shows that whole area from the driveway all the way up to where the creek starts or ends, or you can't really see it real good, but where you can see that it is the creek. So she goes all the way up through the side of the road there. And it's literally, it looks like you're walking out in the middle of the woods somewheres, and you can't see anything, no buildings whatsoever. And if you think about that, he says, okay, if you're coming off of Ben Hill, if you turn left, you're going to go down around to where the driveway to that lower shed is that he went to when he first got home, right? Well, when he come home, he came in from if you go to the end of Ben Hill and you turn right, that's the direction that Don came home in. So he passed up Ben Hill Road and went down to the shed. If you guys will watch, when she's turning in, she turns in like if she was coming from the shed. There's no way you can see anybody in a field over there. You can't even see the shed. So that proves right there Don was lying about that bullcrap, because he says he saw his neighbor and these boys and all that down in the field when he came in. There's no way. No way. You can look for yourself and see it. And dog handlers and Ellie initially said scent went down driveway. No proof when scent occurred or who tracked it. Boys may have made it going to the creek to search. Right? I thought Cam went down the one that went to Beach Creek because it looks a little steeper than Ben Hill Dog Trail. Well, no, I mean, that's the one that goes down to Ben Hill is the one that Don Wells walked down and took that news reporter down. Does anyone know where the children meet the school bus at? Yes, at the bottom of the driveway. And the reason I know that is because I have pictures that Jody Sue, that was the video I did, where it talks about Jody Sue and Candace being really good friends, because Jody Sue is sending Candace pictures of all the kids walking up the driveway when they got off the school bus, because she was down there waiting on the school bus. And she takes pictures of the kids and the dogs and stuff, and they're all walking up the driveway. And that's when Candace tells her that they're leaving, going out of town, and wanting to know if she could watch after some of the dogs that were going to be left there. It was said corner of Beach Creek and Ben Hill, nowhere for a bus to turn around on Ben Hill. Yeah, there is if you go all the way up. And besides, if you go up to where Chasing Truth turned around, it's a 3-way split. So the bus could go up there, back up into the other spot and come back out. But I mean, I may be wrong. They may be down at the bottom of Ben Hill, but that seems like an awful long way for kids to walk. They did. Okay, up to the CVID, they did, Corey Edwards. Then there was some issue, and I can't remember. I don't know. Who is the first person that has mentioned the dog trail? Has any law enforcement mentioned the dog trail? Why, we're discussing a dog trail. Because the dog trail has been mentioned many times by law enforcement, or not many times by law enforcement. Of course, they haven't mentioned much of anything many times. But yes, Ronnie Lawson has discussed the dog trail. So has Don Wells. So has Dave Rader from EquiSearch. They've all talked about it. I believe it was the July 9th interview with Ronnie Lawson, where he's sitting at his desk I believe he's wearing a peach colored shirt, as a matter of fact. And he brings up the dog trail, or somebody asks him a question about the dog trail and he talks about it. I don't know. All I ever heard was that it went to the bottom of the driveway. And I thought it was strange because when Ronnie Lawson talks about it, he says something to the effect of that it where the gravel meets the road, and the change of scent. So if the gravel is meeting the road, that would be the driveway meeting the pavement. How could that be the dog trail if there's not gravel at the bottom of the dog trail? Y'all go watch that and see. But I mean, that always struck me funny, because there's nowhere at the bottom of that dog trail where there's gravel at. And Ronnie talks about gravel when he's talking about the dog scent. Don said he didn't even know there was a dog trail until summer got gone. Well, that seems awful funny. How many of you have lived on your property for more than 13 years? Do you not know every inch of your property? Especially if there's like a dog trail or something, or supposedly because he talks about the boys going down that trail all the time. Y'all remember that? And that Summer wouldn't follow them down and she would only go halfway and then come back up. So if your children are out running down a dog trail, how are you not going to know about it? Dawn is nothing but inconsistencies and lies. I'm sorry, but it's the dang truth. I hope they are watching, but damn, I feel bad for whoever has that assignment. Me too. Me too, because I get to the point where I can't watch anybody. I can't watch YouTube half the time. Me too. Who said what it so much information and very little facts? Exactly. I remember Candace saying dogs have a trail and dirt bikes have a trail. I get confused too, Morning Glory. Don't feel bad, honey. Yes, with my eyes closed, I know every bit of mine. Exactly. I mean, when I was a kid, I knew every bit of the property my mom and dad owned. You think an adult wouldn't know, especially if they have kids out there running all over this property? I don't know all the trails, but the kids do. We have 20 acres. Okay, well, I mean, 20 acres, I'm not talking about actually every piece of your property, but I'm talking about like everything that surrounds your house, where your kids are out there playing and stuff. You know that part. You would know if there's a dog trail. I know all the trails by the house, but not by the fishing pond, right? Like I said, guys, I didn't have a real strict thing that I was going to talk about today, so I hope y'all don't mind. I heard last night on Daisy's channel that Ellie found an open, empty grave on a specific property that belongs to two certain YouTube family property. Anybody else hear anything about it? Who said it? Daisy, who told that story? Dogs aren't the only thing that makes trails. Kids do too, right? I didn't know there was well, I guess there is a YouTubers up there. I didn't know there were two families that were YouTubers up there. That's what I was asking, T. Discovering which YouTuber families. Alpaca says, nope, discovering. We haven't heard that before. You're going to cause me to get, y'all got to understand. My son, if I watch Daisy's channel, I have to do it when my son is not home. He can recognize that woman's voice at the other end of the house. He literally cannot stand the sound of that woman's voice. He makes fun of her every time he hears her voice. So bad that I have to click off of it just if I want to hear anything she's saying, because he cannot stand her that much. He can't stand the way they go on. Oh, it was when they had Dawn on there the other day. That's what it was. Oh, Dawn. Oh, Dawn, we just love you. And he just went on and on and on with it. And I had to literally shut it off just so I could go back and watch it. And I still haven't went and finished watching it. We always putting up fence on the back part of the property to keep people from hunting and fishing on our property without permission. You don't know that's critters, crazy critters, crimes, and crazy on the farm, or some stupid crap like that. Her profile picture is a cow. I can't watch them kissing the whale's butt over there. I can't either. I can't. But if there's something interesting on it, I want to go and watch it, but I can't do it when he's home. Sure, Cam and Allie lives up there, and the other husband and wife, can't remember their names. No, 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 no. Cam and Allie does not live up there. No, they do not. They live in Virginia. I can't stand it. Way cow lady goes on about the whales. I can't either, honey. I don't know who exactly said it, but Daisy read the comments on the Bernard property, but not specifically on Ben Hill. It's down the road. Not saying the specific first name, but y'all probably get it. Oh, okay. I didn't know they were YouTubers. Oh, wait a minute. I did hear. Who was it? I believe it was Andrew Hiltz was talking to John Davis the other day about that. I didn't watch all of Daisy's last night. I tried watching the one about Chris McDonough on the lab because Holly, Common Sense True Crime, she said that, and this is hearsay, but I trust Holly because I haven't heard Chris himself say it. I went to watch it, but then fell asleep, guys. But supposedly during his interview with Robin at the church that day, at some point, and this is, I'm not saying word for word, okay? This is just supposedly Robin said that she believes there's something weird there about Summer's disappearance, or however it was worded. And he says that he redacted that from the interview because she said she was trying to keep her relationship with the Wells intact and didn't want to pee them off because she was trying to gather information herself. So he redacted it. He didn't put it out there. But from what Holly says, he's saying now that Robin is spending that money on that house, helping them fix it up and stuff. He thinks it's about time that he puts that part of the interview back out, where she's saying that she thinks something hinky's going on too. When Doug was asking Candace questions, she got upset and went off the panel. Bernard property on Light Hollow Road is what was said last year. Don't know if it's true. I didn't say they were YouTube. I said the family of YouTubers. Oh, okay. Gotcha. No, John and Brandy live in West Virginia. No, not John and Brandy. Cam and Allie. Cam and Allie. Good morning, Selena. How are you today, sweetheart? Laura. Hello, hon. Yes, guys, please take 2 seconds to go out, hit the like button. The algorithm really likes when you hit it either up, down. If there's one that says sideways, that's fine too. You know, if you really don't know one way or the other, if you like me or what I'm saying, it's okay. Just hit some kind of button out there, guys, to let them know you're here. Honestly, I just don't have time to watch anything longer than an hour and a half, right? Yeah, Candace couldn't handle Doug. Candace knows exactly what happened that day. Good morning, Miss Messy Jessie. How are you today, sweetheart? Justice for Summer. Absolutely. I think Candace got upset and went off panel because Doug and Dawn got into it in a couple of days ago. I don't think Candace realized it was the same Doug when she agreed to interview with Doug. I wish she would agree to interview with me. They stay away from me like I'm the plague or something. Yeah, Cam and Allie live in Virginia, and John and Brandy live in West Virginia. Right. Oh, thank you, Victoria. Well, I just love my subs and viewers too, sweetheart. Exactly. All we want is accountability for and justice for Summer. Exactly. We listen. I want to make this perfectly clear in case anybody has any questions about it. And trust me, I've had a lot of people. I do not care who did what to Summer. I just want the person, the people, the group, the organization, whatever it may be, to be buried under the jail, if not tortured for the rest of their life. I just want to find the child. I want her to be found, be brought back, whether still of this world or not of this world. If that is Dawn and Candace, let both of them be buried under the jail. If it's the next door neighbors, let them be buried under the jail. I don't care who it is. I just want to know who did it, where she's at, and make sure she's brought home. That's all I care about. I'm not out with pitchforks trying to go after one specific person. Messy Jessie, you are more than welcome to drop John's link. You know that. I hope you know that. And anybody, I mean, y'all know how I feel about John and Brandy. So y'all need to, if you're not subbed up to them, or if you don't watch them or haven't tried, went and watched them and see if you like them or not, you need to go do that. You don't think you can? Oh yeah, because you're not a mod. Hang on a second. Let me see if we can't fix that. John better not get mad at me for this. Well, I can't make you a mod in this area anyways. I will make you a mod. Alpaca Mate, if you can you drop John's link for me? You found them. You found what, baby? Hello, Lisa Jedden. Yes, John has a lot of good information, and he's a real caring, and he's got a heart. Let me tell you, him and Brandy both. But John's like me; he gets passionate about things. Hello, Lisa Baumgardner. Yeah. Who cares if John gets mad here? It is John Davis True Crime. Subscribe. Why would John get mad? Oh, no. I'm talking about it for me if I made her a mod. Because jokingly, me and him fight over Messy Jessie all the time. He tells Messy Jessie to stay away from me because he thinks I'm going to try to steal her. And because she basically runs his channel. I mean, she has all access to his channel. So he's real guarded when it comes to Messy Jessie. Oh, you found them. I realized what you were saying now, Mary Jane. You found John and Brandy. Yeah. John Davis is very passionate about Summer's case. Yes, he is. And I think that's because of Taylor, because of his little girl. I know it's got a big deal to do with the reason I'm so passionate is because of my granddaughter who's 3 days older than Summer. Yes, by the way, guys, um, Alpaca Made, when she drops a link in my chat, when you go to that link, it takes you straight to, it'll say, do you want to subscribe to this channel? And I mean, it's not just a link, it takes you to their channel. It brings up the subscribe button first and foremost. So if you go through a link she drops, you can subscribe right away. She would be in trouble. Yeah, if I made her a mod, she'd be in trouble. Hello, Carol Walker. Johnny is so funny. And you do have to try to understand his humor, but I think he's hilarious. Yes, Alpaca Maid's channel is absolutely wonderful too. And I don't think about doing that, telling Alpaca Maid, drop your own link or somebody else drop her link for me, please. Anybody that's in here, as long as they're not bashing this channel or anybody in here, anybody that has a channel, please drop their link. And I will encourage people to go and check out their channel. Alpaca Maid does wonderful work. And she also was a crafter, guys. If anybody in here likes crafts, doing crafts, making crafts, she was a crafter before she jumped over here to the true crime. I just recently found that out myself. And all her videos are still on her channel. At least I didn't see it. What happened at Doug? I heard he was streaming from Daisy's channel. Corey, from what I understand, he jumped over on Daisy's channel and interviewed Candace. Oh, hush, Alpaca Maid. You're a sweetheart. You go above and beyond. And so does Discovering. Let me tell you guys, discovering the truth is literally, she has become my right-hand person. She helps me. She does a lot of the research herself. Her brain is a little bit more focused than mine. Doug asked the hard questions. Candace folded. Figures. Corey, yep, he sure was. He started asking Candace hard questions and she got off the panel. Hello, LB. I haven't seen you in a while. All seems like it's been forever. Been going through it really bad. Dad died. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Stupid CPS involvement, crazy estranged siblings, and drama. My life is a mess. But how about y'all? Well, we're good. And everybody, please say a prayer for LB, please. That things lighten up and she gains some peace. Exactly. Why can't she just, whether they're innocent or not, why can't they just answer some questions? I got into Daisy's chat a bit late. There was a lot of disrespectful comments. Yes, Discovering will find it. Whatever it is, it don't matter what it is. You tell her to find it and she'll find it. See, no matter what you ask Don, he will stay on and answer, but not Candace. Non, I don't know how my brain is more focused than yours because it's a lot quieter at your house. Well, it's got to do with the actual physical brain, sweetheart. Candace needs Dawn to give her the answers. There you go. Pam said it right there. Dawn just skips over the hard questions and refers back to God. Dawn and Candace are innocent. I stand with that. Okay, that's fine, hun. Everybody has the right to their own opinions here. And you're not going to get bashed or anybody say anything bad about it. If you all notice, only reason Candace and Dawn talking little more of Summer because Cow Lady is telling them to do it. I believe that too. Ram, please accept our good will and empathy for all you're facing. Yes, absolutely, honey. And I will definitely say a prayer for you. I also, guys, I do have a prayer request if you guys wouldn't mind. The people who believe in the good Lord above and that He's our Savior. My nephew, he works at a horse riding stables and he takes rides up through the edge of the Smoky Mountains and stuff. And yesterday, while at work, I think he had 12, 13 people in his group. And this 20-year-old girl whose her dad was too big to be on the horse, so he stayed down at the barn. Her and her sister went on the ride, and there was like two little 6-year-old kids and a bunch of other people up there. But this girl had asthma real bad, and she started having an attack. She got her inhaler. She used it. They got her down off the horse. There was two guides. He was one of them. There was two guides, and there was a couple of nurses that was actually on the ride also. But by the time the ATV got up there to get the girl to take her to the ambulance, she was already incoherent, and by the time they got her to the ambulance, she had passed away. And my nephew has never been through anything like this. I mean, he's like 25 years old, guys, and he's having a real hard time dealing with it. So if y'all wouldn't mind, say a prayer for that family, but also say a prayer for my nephew. He's lost that my brother that has the stage 4 cancer. It's his son, and he's already lost his mom. He lost his mom years ago, and he really don't have anybody to lean on. So he called Aunt Myra up, but it broke my heart. And he was real bothered him real bad because, I mean, he's got kids of his own, but he says those two little 6-year-olds had to sit there and watch that lady and what was going on, and it bothered him real bad. He was about to cry. Thank you for everybody that said they'll say a prayer for him and for the family. I mean, when I told him I would pray for him, he said, don't forget to say a prayer for the family. So, right. That is crazy. It really is. I mean, he says he's done this job for like going on 15 years now. Well, no, so he's got to be closer to 30. Yeah, he is closer to 30 because he's done it since he was like 16, 17 years old. And he's never had anything like this to happen. You know how kids are, guys. They all stay little kids. You forget that they grow older. Allergic reaction to something might have triggered the asthma attack. An EpiPen might have helped. Not his fault. Prayers to all. He says that he's not blaming himself, but still it's horrible when you have someone pass away in front of you. And it's just not easy to deal with. And I'm sorry to bring up such a sad subject, but I depend on you guys, whether you believe it or not. I do. And prayer, the more prayers, the faster they work. You know what I mean? That might not be true, but you understand what I'm saying. I would imagine going up the mountain with higher altitudes makes it harder to breathe. on normal people, and I'm sure it's much worse on asthma patients. Sad prayers for him and the family. Thank you, Discovery. Absolutely, so much loss in the world. God, please ease our souls. Prayers going up and blessings coming down. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, everybody that's saying prayers. Thank you. Because this little boy, like I said, I call him a little boy. He's a man, but I call him a little boy because, like I said, he lost his mom years ago. His older sister's out in California, and Lord only knows what's going on with her. Um, I know it's not anything good. And now his dad with, been diagnosed. And now for this to happen to him, I feel for him. Tried to listen to some of the Letitia Stout trial, but God, that is a heartbreaking one. I didn't, I've not. That's all I can say. I heard some of it where I think it was Doug had it was playing where the father was saying something to the mom where she was hollering, I need to be, get a mute, excuse me, I need to get immunity or something. So sorry, LB Graham and your nephew, Nana, and the family of the young lady and others that witnessed this sad event. May you all be comforted. Thank you, hon. I believe now. I felt the hand of God, life changing. Well, lady, you need to get your link in that list and make sure you put it out here. My youngest is 19. He's still so innocent. Kids these days don't grow up as fast as we did, in my opinion. I agree with you. On a broader note, guys, and I know you're not here just to discuss my family or anything going on, but I will say that my second oldest granddaughter turned 18 March 30th. So for her 18th birthday, her and her boyfriend took a trip to Florida. They got to stay in his grandmother's condo for the week, and she got to see the ocean for the very first time. And she had an absolute wonderful time. Absolute wonderful time. She got back safe and sound last night. I was happy to hear that. I only have a choice of black hands. My arrow isn't working. Don't know why. Huh. That's fine, hun. Black, white, green, or yellow, it doesn't matter to me. Everybody is the same. What makes people bad people is not what they look like on the outside, it's how they are on the inside. I asked her if I asked her if she got to get in the water, and she said I stuck my feet in, and I was like, well, no. Did you get to taste the salt water? She's like, no. I was like, well, why not? She said, because. I said, you should have got in the water. She's like, this woman who is scared to death of everything, Nana, you want me to get in the water with sharks. I don't believe that. I told her, I said, well, I didn't want you going out swimming with them, but you should have at least sat down in the water and got your face splashed. There's nothing like seawater. I mean, ocean water, I love it. I love being at the beach. Yes, they are. Oh, dang, I just realized why it's not going through. It's tagging me. Okay. I just don't want people to think I'm being sarcastic, so I quit sending the prayer hands. Oh, honey. In here, it don't matter, okay? You don't ever have to worry about stuff like that. That's another video. I was gonna say something, but I won't. I'll keep my mouth shut. But in here, like I said, it don't matter what color you are. That's not what makes people bad people. It's what they feel in their heart that makes them bad people. I love the beach, but I can't blame her because I don't want to be bait either. Well, I don't swim out in the water, but I at least sit down in it and get covered up. Enjoy the waves of water coming in. What's going on with Dippy? She texted me this morning. I guess she's fine. I use the short URL, so it is coming up like your name in orange. Huh. The beach is 4-minute walk from your house. Well, I'm coming to your house to vacation. Yeah, you can sit at the edge and let the waves come up on you and look for the shells. Yes, absolutely. I don't know, Pam. I've been wondering that myself. Everybody keeps hollering, no, it has to wait until the boys' case is over. No, they have to wait until they gather the evidence. And no, they have to wait for this, that, and the other. Well, good gracious. Do like every other state has done when there's been a missing kid and they suspect the parents. Lock the parents up for something until you gather what evidence you're needing. At least they're not out here enjoying life every day, drinking and going on vacations. Have y'all heard about that? Supposedly, Candace is trying to gather money, get people to donate money to her because they're having a hard time of it. Yes, I know Dawn came on and said that to stop doing it because they didn't need it. But Daisy's trying to get people to donate to Candace because she's having a hard time of it. But yet she's planning on going on vacation. Let me ask you something. Who would be going on vacation with all your kids gone? I'm sorry, that to me does not scream parent. New here, was scrolling and came across your channel. I'm just as frustrated as everyone. Hello, Momo. Well, welcome, honey. We're glad you're here. The way I look at things, this is y'all's channel as much as it is mine. You have every right to say what you want as long as it's not um, disrespectful, rude, or crude, and you don't attack anybody. But other than that, you can have every opinion you would like, and you're welcome to put your theories, thoughts, and feelings out here. Even if it includes supporting the whales, that's fine too. I've lost respect for Daisy and that bunch, and I really liked them. Well, I don't have much respect. The vacation thing was supposedly a joke. Josie says, welcome. It's a great place to be. Well, thank you, Josie. As long as there's no bashing, that's right. Absolutely. We are all friends in here. We do not attack each other no matter how we feel. Daisy and Jinkies are taking Candace on a little vacation this weekend. Well, ain't that just special? Appreciated. The Wells have been constant in changing the events of that day. Justice for Summer. Yes. There's nothing but lies and inconsistencies in this whole case. There were pics of a vacay Candace already went on to Virginia Beach weeks ago on Facebook. Was that a game too? It's a lovely bunch of women there. Yeah, there's no way I could enjoy a vacation either, hon. Trust me. Daisy turned her back on Summer to support suspects. I would not run around with Candace. Lord God. Momo says, greetings to everyone. In my opinion, Daisy is just like other people. She's just trying to get close to them, hoping for information nobody else has. No, Lisa, she did not turn her back on Summer. Summer is Dawn and Candace, Candace's daughter. We support the whole family. Saw Candace yesterday at the farm and she has gained weight. Yeah, I seen that on a picture. Yesterday I think it was, I see a picture of her and I thought she had gained a little weight. Next thing you know, somebody's gonna be hollering she's pregnant again. Lord, by this time she's already had 5 kids in the last 2 years. I pray for Summer's brothers during this too. Hope they are all well. 100%. Amen. Anyone from YouTube being friends with the Wells have to consider they may get called by defense to testify. Are they prepared for that? It could be following horrid details from the boys about life. Well, I would like to bring up something that also that, and y'all know I'm not a big fan of Chris McDonough, but him and Josh were talking on that I was watching last night, and they were talking about the timeline. Actually, I think it was Josh was the one that was bringing this up. But Josh says where Don, and he plays a thing where Don is talking about it himself. But Don's saying that he called, I guess he called 911 at 5:30, and supposedly Candace called at 6:30, 6:26, whatever. And they're having a conversation. Well, what does that matter? What does that matter? Well, the plain and simple fact is something's not right, because if Ronnie Lawson, and now you got to remember, Candace says that she told LE something totally different than what YouTube has been told. Now, Ronnie Lawson talks about how the parents looked for the child for, I'm assuming, a couple of hours, at least an hour or so, before they called 911. Well, they didn't call 911 until 6:26. And they told the LE at that time, they told 911 that she had only been gone 10 minutes. Well, if Don was called at 5:30, or he was called before that, and he supposedly called 911 at 5:30, and Candace didn't wait until 6:30 to call 911, and then told them that she'd only been gone 10 minutes. You think maybe that's why when they got the 2 911 calls put together, that's why they issued the Amber Alert? Hadn't thought about that. But Don may have been telling the truth. Don may have gotten the call at 4:30, 5:30, somewhere in there. He may have actually called 911 at 5:30. And by the time he got the tools and everything loaded up into the car and did whatever he had to do, and then made it home by almost 7 o'clock, somewhere in there, Candace really didn't make the phone call until 6:30. That would bring in some suspicion there. And that would be a reason for them to issue the Amber Alert, even though they didn't have all the criteria they needed. What does anybody think about that? I mean, I'm just brainstorming here, guys. It would be character witnesses for sentencing if it's like that in Tennessee, and would be people spent time with them face to face. Daisy might be trying to get info. I agree, but the Wells are not going to give her any info. Donnie will eventually turn on Daisy like he did everyone else, in my opinion. Candace has never missed a meal, but Summer looked malnourished. Pam K, it's the drinking, not food. They made her gain weight. But they used to be against the Wells. I had to kind of walk away from this case. I've not watched anything since before Dawn got out of jail. Whomever stole Summer from her parents really need to bring her home. I could see waiting an hour to call. If I looked for an hour, then I'd call. Well, maybe for an older child, I don't know if I could wait a full hour if it was a 5-year-old, because I don't think a 5-year-old could have gotten that far. That which also goes right back to the fact that Candace herself says she looked in the basement, she looked under the covers, under the bed. She didn't see her. She went straight out, got in a vehicle, and drove down the road. Why did she not check in the buildings, in the sheds, in that bus? Why didn't she check around the yard? And and I have to point out again, if they thought that that child had been abducted, why on earth would they have sent those boys out searching if they thought that the child had been abducted? I'd call immediately, then search. Better to be fast than sorry. Safe than sorry. Yeah. They are calling Candace by name. Can. It's sad. Some person on the cow show was upset with Dawn. She said they are drugs and liquor. What a joke. Candace was drunk as a skunk. Pam K, that question we all want to know. Summer should be at home with her family. She should be at school with her friends doing girly things. Innocent until proven guilty? We agree with you. We totally agree with you. That's what should be going on. Nobody's arguing that point. What we're arguing is the process that Dawn and Candace took in reporting her missing, everything that they have said and done since her missing. There's no harm giving someone some encouragement and some positive. Don't have to be negative all the time. Right. Okay. And that's true. That's true. I agree with you. But I'm not, if I start sounding loud or passionate, I don't mean to. It's just I am passionate, okay? I'm not trying to jump on you or sound mean or anything, okay? But the plain and simple fact is, Dawn and Candace should have looked for their child from the get-go. And giving them compassion and stuff is one thing. But when you're going on a panel that the purpose of this channel was created to help find Summer, or maybe it wasn't created to help find Summer, but from what I understand, Daisy's channel was created to help find Summer. That's the whole purpose of this channel, right? It's what it's been all along. For her to have the parents get on her panel and then inform everybody, including the parents themselves, they are not to talk about Summer. How do you justify that? And I heard that out of Daisy's mouth myself. And as a matter of fact, She was telling it to Dawn. She was telling Dawn that she had already told Candace that when Candace was on panel earlier. And as a matter of fact, I think Dawn got agitated because she was telling him he wasn't allowed to talk about Summer. They're only allowed to say so much. Who? Dawn and Candace? Well, evidently not. Candace got on Daisy's panel and said she was going to do whatever she wanted to do. She didn't care what the law enforcement said. Whoever tries to bring balance to the discussion gets attacked. That's a creator problem not being addressed. Are you talking about me, Alpaca Maid? I'm not jumping on her, and I'm not saying that she don't have a right to say it. I'm just saying, if people are going to take up for Dawn and Candace, there are ways to do it, not just sitting there saying that they're innocent. They're innocent. They're innocent. And it's definitely not the best way to do it when you have a creator getting up there saying, we're not even going to talk about Summer. I don't hate the Wells. I don't hate the Wells. I started my channel because I heard people talking about Summer running around barefooted in the mountains and stuff. And the fact that Summer was supposedly dirty all the time. I started my channel so that I could get out here and say, hey guys, in East Tennessee, our kids do run around barefooted. They do run out and play and get dirty and all this stuff. I'm sorry, guys. I'm over here reading what innocent but not guilty, innocent until proven guilty is saying. The farm people are doing the same as everyone else, just in a different way to get the truth. The Wells won't tell them no matter how nice they are. Well, and can I say, am I allowed to state my opinion on that too? I'm sorry, but I think that is, excuse my language, I think that's shitty. How the hell are you expecting somebody to tell you the truth if you're being a two-faced liar? You're standing there pretending to be one way when all you're doing is trying to connive and get information. You're lying to them, so how you expect them to tell you the truth? You don't think that don't cross Dawn and Candace's minds? I can't stand a liar. I can't stand somebody that's two-faced. Like I told Dawn himself, I'm not going to kiss your ass. When I talk to you, I'm going to talk to you just like I would talk to anybody else. I'm not going to be two-faced. And if that's what Daisy's doing, then that's being two-faced, and that's wrong. Just like for any other creator, friend, person that's went up on that hill, anybody that's being two-faced, that are in there trying, even Robin, if that's true about what was said, if she's in there just trying to make nice with them, hoping that they're going to spill the guts, when all she's doing is trying to get information, then it's wrong. Sorry, guys. Plenty of other channels that are on the hate train towards the family. We are not. No, they aren't trying to get anything out of them. They honestly think they are great people, and they are not. Well, I'm just saying, if that's what people are doing, then people are wrong for doing that. We got dirty playing in a city as kids too. Our mother just chose not to take pics of it, right? I believe Don handed Summer over to someone. He didn't work that day. He's nothing but a liar. I agree. He is nothing but a liar. Because let me tell you something. If a person will lie the first time, they will continue to lie. If they'll lie about one thing, there's nothing they won't lie about. Daisy said when first talking to Candace, we have to be nice to get the truth, or we may never find Summer. I pray that Summer is found and gets a proper burial. I pray the boys get loving families and have a wonderful life. In my opinion, Summer is twirling with the angels. Well, that's a nice thought, but I hope and pray that she is in a loving home somewhere, that somebody is taking. I pray to God that Dawn handed her off to somebody. Y'all don't understand. That is my ultimate prayer, my goal, my wish for Summer is that Dawn handed her off. Because any other alternative leads to that child not being on this earth anymore. Have y'all thought about that? I'm sorry, Pam. I don't mean to get wound up. Thank you, Alpaca Maid. But I mean, seriously, if it's any other explanation other than Dawn or Candace handing her off to somebody else, that can only lead to one thing. We know it wasn't a stranger abduction. We know it wasn't. If anybody else abducted her, say somebody from that area, that only leads to one thing. More than likely, she's not with us. The only way that it's possible for that child to still be alive and well and not harmed would be if Dawn or Candace handed her off to somebody else. So, yeah, I'm going to keep pushing that theory. I'm going to keep pushing that idea. Because until we have proof of anything else, it is still a possibility. And it's the only possibility that brings that baby back, or maybe even not bring her back, but it's the only thing that allows that child to still be alive and safe and sound. Bercy, thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you. How are you doing today, hon? In the beginning, do you remember Summer was sick and Candace took Summer and gave to Dawn? That's what was said. Yeah, something about not being allowed to take her to the hospital without Dawn's permission. If it's not Daisy, it's Christine on the phone with the Wells day in and day out, right? Or the grandma. But I'm sorry, Corey. I don't think Grandis has anything. I mean, she may know. She may know exactly what happened. She may knew about if it was something planned. She may knew about it gonna happen. I just don't think. Everybody says she's the ringleader. She's smart. She's this. She's that. Well, guess what, guys? If she is the ringleader, or if she is smart, she's smart enough to know to not take a child from the parents and hand it off to somebody else, because she then herself committed kidnapping and sale of a child and whatever else they could stick on her. If Dawn or Candace handed her off to somebody else, that's not illegal. I mean, yeah, there's lots of stuff they can get in trouble for, but handing her to another person is not illegal. And unless there is second to no one, hello, I did see you come in, hon. Unless there was already an open CPS case. And if there was an open CPS case, then yes, they will get in trouble. If that's what happened, they will get in trouble for custodial interference. Because let me tell you something, I don't know about any other state, and I dare anybody to argue this point with me. In the state of Tennessee, once a CPS case, that first paper is signed stating that there is an open investigation, meaning, hey, somebody called in, we have to open a case to investigate this child, this family, whatever. Once that first paper is signed, those children are partially in temporary custody of the state of Tennessee, and it stays that way for 6 months, even if nothing happened in the home. If there was nothing ever happened and it was a prank call, as long as for 6 months, those children or that child is in the partial temporary custody of the state of Tennessee, and they cannot be removed from the state or from the home that they are in until that case is closed. And if you do, then you get charged with custodial interference because the state of Tennessee holds part custody of that child. And that child has to remain where they can find it, where they know where it's at, where they can supposedly check on it. Do you recall that all? That at all? Do I recall what? I know you're not talking to me, but I'm curious. Do you remember that, Nana? I mentioned it a few times before, and only a few people remember. Oh, what? I'm still looking. Selena. In the beginning, do you remember summer was, oh, yeah, I remember that, hun. I do remember that being said. What is illegal is a 40-year-old woman messing with 15-year-old boy. I agree. It don't matter if it's a 40-year-old woman or a 40-year-old man messing with anybody under the age of 18. To me, morally, it's wrong no matter. I learned a long time ago, guys, morally, the person has to be half your age plus 7 years. That way, there's no possibility they could be anywhere close to your children's age. So anybody younger than half your age plus 7 years is morally wrong. Anybody under the age of 18 is legally wrong. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They could arrest them under all kinds of charges. If they had to drum them up, they could charge them. I mean, look at Oakley Carlson's case. Her mom and dad, what was it, Jordan and Andrew, right? Or Jordan and whatever. Anyways, they had not given their oldest child her growth hormone pills for over a year. This child had not had them. Now, let me tell you, not giving growth hormone pills is not life-threatening. All it does is it doesn't make the child grow. That's all it does. It's not like something that you DCS can't come in and take your child because you're not giving them that medication, okay? But they had not given it to them for over a year. That child was fine. But because they needed something to hold Oakley Carlson's parents on, that was the first thing that they could grab a hold of and file charges against. It was neglect. So they arrested them and put them in jail simply because they were trying to find where Oakley was at or what happened to her. Now tell me that Ronnie Lawson and TBI couldn't do something similar with Dawn and Candace. And guess what? If Dawn and Candace are innocent and didn't have anything in Summer's disappearance, oh well, it'll come out in time. I would much rather put innocent people in jail for a few months and find out that they didn't have anything in it and be able to go and look elsewhere for this child, know that the parents didn't have no part of it, and be able to focus on something else, as to have Parents who may have done something to their child out here running around every day, doing what the hell they please, enjoying life, going on vacations, getting on YouTube, collecting money, and them knowing all along what they may have done to their child and the law not do anything about it. You damn straight, I would much rather them be innocent and be put in jail for a couple of months until something can be figured out. And as a parent, I would rather that be done to me too than the law not go out here and look at all for my child. I'm not saying that right, but y'all get my meaning. So who's the right person? Innocent until proven guilty. Who's the right person? There's something else, and I'm not talking just to you, innocent until proven guilty. I'm talking to everybody out there that honestly and truly believes that Dawn and Candace are not guilty. Okay, you're telling me now we have people like Duty Ron, Chris McDonough, even though I'm not a big fan of his, um, Cops on the Cuff or whatever the name of that show is with all those cops. Everybody, basically all the professionals, even an ex-FBI agent, all these professionals out here that believe there's something fishy, that believe that Dawn and Candace have some knowledge of something somewhere. The behavioral panel and Dr. Phil are the only ones that have been him-hawing around. And they say that Candace, they believe Candace has guilty knowledge. So you're telling me that all these people out here that are saying Dawn and Candace are innocent, y'all have more knowledge and more experience when it comes to this kind of case than all those professionals that did it for years and years and years. Because all those professionals are saying something's hinky. These parents did something. So answer me that one, guys. How are all these people out here that are sticking up for the whales? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with sticking up for them. Everybody needs somebody, okay? But I'm just saying, you all know more than all these professionals that have dealt with children or child kidnapping and the demise of children and the wrongdoings of children. Y'all know more than all these people combined, because they're all saying the same dang thing. It's not all gossip. How is that gossip? This is law enforcement that are saying they believe something happened. Explain that to me, please. Somebody. Anybody. Please tell me. I'm asking. No, I have never known of anyone like Dawn and Candace before. Proof of all of what, Ivy Mom? They are not innocent. They said her, oh, they sold her through. Okay. Innocent until proven guilty. I'm waiting, darling. I'm assuming you're taking so long because you're typing. Do we have a source for that, Ivy Moms? I've tried to find a source and can't. There's not a source. There's no proof, guys, of any of it. Yeah, exactly. How many hoaxes have they pulled? I thought they were suspicious since day one of the interview. Me too. Well, maybe not both of them, but Don Wells, and not suspicious. I'm not going to say I think he did something to her since I saw the first interview, but you all know that I do believe, in my opinion, and I've been jumped on for saying this, but in my opinion, I believe since I saw that first interview that he may have been diddling that baby. And that has never changed. It has never wavered. And I even said it straight to Don Wells himself. It's all nonsense. I, okay, it's all. Wait a minute. I'm waiting on you to explain to me how uh you guys, you as in, I don't mean, I'm not trying to say it in a derogatory manner, okay? Because like I've said, everybody has a right to their own opinions. But the people that are defending the Wells, saying that they are innocent, do you all really believe that you know more than all these ex-cops, detectives, FBI agents, all these people that are out here stating they believe Don and Candace have guilty knowledge or are connected to the disappearance of their child? How can you all stand and defend the Wells and basically spit in the face of all these professionals who have worked stuff like this for years, and they are saying that something happened that connects the Wells to it? That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on your response to that. No, honey, that's not what I said. I'm asking you, the ex retired cops, detectives, FBI agents, all of them, they have worked these cases for years. They believe the Wells are guilty in some form or fashion. I'm saying, how can y'all sit and say they have no clue what they're talking about and you all do? Do you understand what I'm saying now? And I'll give up if you don't. Nana, you just said you believe Don was diddling Summer. Did you really say that? Yes, I did say that. In my opinion, the way he acted that very first interview, that's not saying that I believe that he harmed his child or got, did away with her. Nana, another person said that. Don gave Summer at STD. Do you know who that was? It was Nita. Nita. Okay, I didn't say that. But you're getting off topic, honey. I was asking, how can you all say that they are innocent when all these professional people that have dealt with cases like this are saying they're not innocent? How can you all believe that you know more than the professionals that have done this for years and years and years? That's what I'm asking. That's the question or the answer I'm waiting on. Okay. I don't care what Nita said when she first started her channel. Would you like to jump up here on panel, innocent until proven guilty? You're more than welcome to. You cannot say Don was diddling his baby girl. I didn't say he was. Don't come at me sideways. I said, in my opinion, I believe he was. And I have every right to state what I think or how I feel. And if you don't think it's cool, that's fine. Because as I've said to you, we all have our rights to our feelings, our opinions. G Crime, thank you. Professional, retired or not. Chris M. Duty Run, Steve Johnson, Peter Howard, Police Off the Cuff, Hawkins DA. Both DW and CB has put targets on their own back through their own actions as parents. Thank you. I will rewind and I will let you know in a bit. Okay, I appreciate that. And if, like I said, if you want to jump up here on panel, you're more than welcome to. I'd love to have you. Right, and I believe I did a video on that. Innocent until proven guilty in a court of law and not public opinion. Well, guess what? We're not in a court of law. Mike from Profiling Evil, too. Yes. So that's what I'm saying. All these people that want to defend the whales. Mary Jane, who takes a shower with a 5-year-old? Who takes a shower with 4 kids and a 5-year-old that stands just at the right height? Now, it plainly states there is no law against a parent taking a shower with a child unless they have any kind of personal gratification in mind. If it arouses the parent in any kind of way. Well, it's not like they're going to actually admit to it. So, yeah, I agree with you, hon. Who takes a shower with a 5-year-old or 4 kids? And God only knows, and this is gossip. Lord, this is gossip. I don't want to get called out for spreading gossip, but this is gossip. Not gossip. It's an opinion, a thought, whatever. It's on telling what may have been going on in that shower or what he may have been having the kids do. A lot of fathers are disconnecting with their daughters. It's not worth the accusations, humiliation anymore. Fathers cannot love their daughters no more. Not when you're putting your dang 5-year-old daughter in the shower and her face is right at your privates. To me, that's not love. That's perversion. What do you call it? You're good, Alpaca Maid. I also think Dawn S.A. Summer, because why else would Summer get gone? They knew social services were coming, and once they seen Summer, they was going to find out about what Dawn was doing to her. Oh, where'd that go? Were you in the shower to witness this, or is it all hearsay? What, about Dawn taking a shower with his children? Is that what you're talking about? Waiting for an answer. If that's what you're talking about, no. Dawn got on a phone call with Molly Golightly and was telling the whole world about how he puts all 4 of his children in the shower with him and none of them having clothes on. Thank you very much. I still have the recording if you need me to replay it for you guys. It was a little rinky-dink utility shower that's barely big enough for a grown man to take a shower in, let alone a grown man Dawn's size 3 boys who are preteens and a 5-year-old. Where else do you think her face is going to wind up? Uh, well, I give you two ways they do it. Normally, they'll take and put their kid in a bathtub or in a shower by themselves, or two, they either have their mother, the grandmother, or one of the aunts help out. I know this how, because my son has raised a son and 2 daughters, and my son-in-law, who him and my daughter were split up several times, guess what? He had his sister and his mom help out with the 2 girls and the 1 son. It's not hard to figure out. Not to mention, my brother lost his wife when he had a 15-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old daughter. And the 15-year-old got in a car accident and became paraplegic. And guess what? Did he do it by himself? No. He asked for his sisters to come and help. Y'all get me fired up, let me tell you. Don't come at me with no stupid shit about, oh, Dawn had to take a shower with their mother. Summer's mother. Are you forgetting Summer's mother? Candace was right there in the home, evidently close enough to hand them towels when they got out of the shower. So you tell me why Don had to take a shower with his 5-year-old daughter, with her mother right there. And so what? If he says, well, Candace didn't like taking showers. Well, he sure had enough damn control over her to do a lot of other shit, make her do a lot of shit. Why the hell couldn't he have told her, I don't care whether you like taking showers or not, get your nasty, stinky ass in the fucking shower and take care of my child. Y'all want to say that he loved Summer so much? Well, why the hell didn't he put his foot down and make his wife, her mother, take care of her the correct way? Oh, Lord, I'm sorry. Ugh. I can't help it. Yeah, I don't know any fathers who shower with their daughters either. I don't even know any fathers who would be willing to give their young little girls, baby girls, a damn bath. People in this area, I don't know about the rest of the damn world, but people in this area, fathers have more respect for their little girls than that. They don't want their little girls growing up thinking it's okay for men to see them nude. You can shower a child without doing your showering naked at the same time. Exactly. You sure can. Exactly. You have to look at what he admitted. Don't forget that part, Sharon. He admitted to what he was doing to his 5-year-old sister. Because Dawn says so. Dawn tells that Candace wouldn't take showers. How do you know she never showered with them too? Then y'all would have something to say she's done. Why would we? If she took a shower with the daughter and he took a shower with the boys, he made 4 kids with someone who don't like taking showers. Yeah, that's sort of a, yeah, we got to go there too, don't we? I'm not trying to give anybody hell, Lisa. I'm really not. But it just, when people don't think straight, when they're not using their brain, it gets to me. Thank you. I appreciate you stating that. Not normal for a man to shower with any child. That's the way I feel too. What do you mean, OMG, here we go? If you're talking about me yelling and getting upset, yes, I guess here we go. I get agitated. I get passionate. I believe everybody has a right to their own opinions and feelings and thoughts. But dang, when people won't listen to reason. Oh, you just wanted to say that? He also made a comment about Allie's daughter's body. Yeah, a 12-year-old. Oh, about the dang sisters. I'm not bringing up the sisters. I'm just saying Don himself admitted to messing with the 5-year-old. Like Jenny says, think about this, people. Don said he had been to places where kids were sold. Why would Don go to places like that? Nana has her own opinions just like we all do. That's right, I do. Why are any of them showering together? I don't have a clue. They had county water. See, somebody else brought that up a long time ago. Well, why were they? Well, they were supposedly, they was having water problems or shortage or no, they had county water, which is same as city water. They had plenty of water pressure, all that. The only problems they were having, guys, was either they had a handmade septic that wouldn't handle toilet paper, so they couldn't flush the toilet paper down the toilet. So therefore, they put toilet paper in a waste a trash can, and then I don't know why they didn't burn it, but evidently they stored it in 5-gallon buckets outside. The common sense thing would be to burn it, but that's the only plumbing problems they had up there. There was no problem about water coming in the house. It wasn't just about the sisters. Why do people forget another woman was a child victim? And no door on the bathroom. Summer's missing. Her parents are the prime suspects. And if they weren't, I'm sure 100% law enforcement would try to shut down YouTube by saying, hey guys, you dumbasses, we have cleared the parents. Y'all can get off that kick now. But guess what? Ellie hasn't said that. Exactly. How does Don know where to find places like that unless he's been hunting for them? Who was the young English girl Don was trying to arrange a meeting with? He wanted her to visit him from the UK. The first days of summer going missing. I remember something going on about it. Yeah, she was supposedly 17 years old or something. Nana, do you know the Wells and have you been to their home in all fairness? No, I do not know. I've talked with Dawn. I've had a few conversations with Dawn on the phone. No, I've never been to their house. No, I do not know them personally. I am a mother of 4. I raised 8 children because I had 4 of my own and 4 stepchildren. I have helped raise 6 of my grandchildren, and I'm very close to my 7th grandchild. Plus all the nieces and nephews, which are aplenty, that I have helped in some form, fashion, or manner to help raise. So, yeah, I've got a lot of a damn opinion when it comes to how to be a parent. and what's right and what's wrong. And if people don't like it, and like I said, everybody here has a right to their opinion. And I don't mean to yell and scream at nobody or jump on anybody or make you feel not welcome. But if you don't like my opinion, and I'm not always bashing on them, I'm not. But if you don't like my opinion, you don't have to watch. You don't have to listen. Trust me, I don't watch no YouTube anymore, hardly ever. I have drug addictions in my family, and I know they don't have the best morals. So I get it, but that doesn't mean they would harm their kids. Have you heard me say that? Have you one time heard me say they did that? I have never once said that I think they did away with their child. I have brought up accidents, and I have brought up the fact that I think they could have sent her away to another family. Oh, I like being here debating this with you. That's why I'm here and haven't left. Okay, well, thank you, sweetheart. I love to debate too. That's why I'm saying everybody has their own opinions and stuff. And I, like I said, I don't mean any disrespect to you. I get passionate. Okay. I get passionate. That's all it is, guys. Especially about this little girl. I didn't say you were rude to me. If you're talking to me, I didn't say you were rude to me. Ellie is about to drop the bomb. Well, I wish they'd hurry up and do it, don't you? Maureen Julie McGrath. I knew some McGraths that lived in Dearborn, Michigan. You wouldn't happen to be from up there, would you? It was a lady and gentleman and their 4 sons, and all 4 of their sons had Jerry, Johnny, Jimmy, and I can't remember the other one's name. Right. I agree, hun. We all do. It's a baby, for goodness sakes. And I've been here since day one. Yep. You're in California. Okay. Well, I guess you're not part of those McGraths, huh? If they really wanted to get, no, okay. First of all, I don't think they handed her off to give her a better life. If they handed her off, it was to conceal something. But nobody hide it. Why? Oh, I thought it said why hate it. Because, honey, if CP, I've said this 1,000 times, maybe you weren't in here. In the state of Tennessee, if there is an open child protective service case, that means that the state of Tennessee retains partial custody of that child. As soon as that phone call is made and those paperwork's filled out, stating they have to go look at this child or this family or whatever, they automatically gain partial custody of those children. Now, if the parent, if that's happened and there was an open investigation going on, even if they hadn't come out and visited or whatever, if the parent takes the child and sends it somewhere or removes the child from the home where CPS knows where that child is at, then that is custodial interference. And that is big time. You can get in real trouble for that. So if they were trying to move her, get her away from here before she could have a doctor examine her, they couldn't exactly say, oh, well, I let her go with my sister. She went to my father's house. She went here or there. Because CPS would say, oh, no. You better bring her back, and you better bring her back right now. So the best next thing to do would be to say, oops, she got abducted. She's gone. Sorry, you can't examine her now. That's why they hide it. That's why they went for the abduction. And they went for, everybody keeps wondering, well, why didn't they go with the wandering off story? Because as dumb as Candace and Dawn try to act, they're really not that dumb. And they knew damn well that if a child wandered off in the woods and they did a search party and looked for them, they're going to find some evidence. They're going to find articles of clothing. They're going to find bone. They're going to find something. And they knew they weren't going to find anything like that. So they had to come up with a pliable reason that she was nowhere, which would be an abduction. That's why he was pushing for the, oh, she's long gone from here. She's probably in Mexico by now. Because they knew there was going to be no evidence nowhere of her physical being. They knew they couldn't just hand her off to somebody else and tell CPS that they handed her off, because that's against the law too. I mean, with an open investigation, it is. The only reasonable thing that they could say was, oh, she got abducted. Recap. Hello, Miss Robin. How are you? I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I guess the best way to put that would be like mansplaining. I don't mean to do that, but I do try to explain it. I'm used to raising kids, guys. I'm used to trying to explain things to kids in the simplest form so that they can understand it. Please never take offense to me over explaining something. Thank you, Robin. Yes, Summer Wells, missing from Rogersville, Tennessee, Beach Creek area, Hawkins County. Blonde hair, blue eyes, last seen on June 15, 2021. Any credible information, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Why do y'all think that Jody Sue and Andy wouldn't allow their property to be searched? Just think about that for a second. A short time after Summer got gone, Don left Candace. Robin got him home to Candace. Where did Don go? Where was he staying during that week? Maybe she did wander off and they think she was. But recap, the thing about it is if she wandered off and say an animal got to her or she fell and hurt herself, everything, anything as far as wandering off, except for maybe falling into a sinkhole, there would be some type of evidence. The clothing, an animal wouldn't eat clothing. Animals can't eat all the bones. There would be some sign of her in the woods somewhere if she had wandered off. They did look at the tree trimmers, and if I remember correctly, honey, they cleared them. That's a good question. Why didn't they let them search their own land? How do we know that they didn't? How do we know that they told Dawn and Candace, you're not allowed to go out your front door into your yard and look for your child? I think she wandered off in the beginning and seen a familiar face. Then he lured her off. Yes, Miss Discovering, we know what you think. Good morning, I see you. How are you? Thank you, Alpaca. Summer was barefoot. That don't mean that. Like I said, when I first started my channel, guys, that was one of the reasons I started it. Because trust me, in East Tennessee, for kids to run around barefoot, that don't mean nothing. Kids that run around barefoot, their feet, the soles of their feet get so tough, you can run on gravel and it don't hurt. So her being barefoot didn't mean diddly. You can walk in the woods anywhere and it don't bother you. Trust me, I know. I was 5 years old and used to run the woods with my brothers and sisters barefooted. Right, it's common. We know their property was supposedly searched, hun. What they're saying is, why didn't they search their own property, or why did the law enforcement tell them they weren't allowed to search their own uh, property? Hello, Shalima. You're fine, sweetheart. She was so thin an animal would think not worth it because no meat on the bone, right? I'll tell you all my concerns if you care to. Honey, we want to hear anything. What pisses me off, if you want to keep Summer's face and name out there, why not have Summer's pick as your avatar? No, Candace has her new dog, says it's a lot. Dog says a lot, right? Thank you. Yes, my tip jar is out there, guys. My Cash App is on my page. If anybody wants to help out, you're more than welcome to. Anything's appreciated, not asked for, not expected. I'm not a e-beggar. I do not do that. Just getting that out there. Whatever happened to Summer, it still does not cover up the abuse and neglect that those kids went through. Why no charges for that alone? That's something else we've been trying to figure out. Don't forget Jody Sue, smother your child, her words. No, no abuse. That is rumors, no proof of abuse. Okay, Donna Cash. But if Don wore swimming trunks, he would have said he did. Right. No, he said he was nude. Y'all need to do your own research. Dive deep through the YouTube archives. Certain creators haven't done due diligence research or seen half the stuff that's been done or said. Was that towards me, Cursed? Just checking. Proof they still lie from putting out Cash App so she can eat. Dawn sends in messages. He's sending money home. Don't need Cash App. Next night, Cash App up because Candace said she had no money for dog food. CPS does not take your kids for no reason. Abuse comes in many forms. That is absolutely 100% true. You'd think a mother with a missing child with other children in state's custody would have a picture of their family, not a damn dog. YouTubers threatened the Wells family's life. I've seen it numerous times. What's that got to do with it? That's not why those kids are in state's custody. And I would love for you to argue me on that one, because Don Wells himself told me why those kids got took. Some people can have facts and truth slapped in their face and they still choose to be delusional. Right? And I still never got a damn answer to how all the damn people who believe that they're innocent think that they know more than all these retired cops and FBI agents and detectives and shit. All I was told was, give me a minute, let me go back and check, and I'll get right back to you. I love to debate. Trust me, I do. And if I don't know about any other darn missing child's case out here like I do this one, I know this case. And I'll debate anybody on it. CPS also has court permission to remove kids, to order supervised visits, and to cut off contact. That can be from things the boys have told about life in that house. Exactly. There you go. Innocent until proven guilty. If they done nothing wrong, or at least Dawn has done nothing wrong, why was it that Candace was being allowed to see the boys and have contact with the boys while Dawn was in jail? And as soon as he got out of jail, contact was shut off. Dawn has not seen those boys since he tried to talk to Josie about Summer. And that was what, a month or two into them being in state's custody? I was all over that conversation last night and was censored and blocked from chat. Let them, damn it, let them try to come over here and come up on panel. Let them come over here and talk to us. There ain't going to be no censoring. I'm not going to let nobody bash them. But I dang sure ain't going to block people for wanting to know answers. And all I said was they should feel guilt for being rude, neglectful, and why they don't like being held accountable for their actions. Really? That's all you have to say in response is we are not perfect. Yeah, I find it awfully odd too that when they're pinned down, they lose signal. You know what, Robin, though? You know what's really weird? Is he never seems to lose signal when he's on the damn toilet shitting on Summer's name. He never loses signal when he's going to the bathroom. Have y'all noticed that? Selective signal, exactly. No, he's saying he was saying that was why he took off and went and bought all that illegal substance and did it. And that's when they took the kids. And he told me that for a fact that was why they took the boys, was because he went to Knoxville and bought $2,000 worth of substance and was doing it and flipped his wig at home, and they took the kids. When he said it wasn't safe for the kids at home anymore and that's why they took them, he was meaning from him. He was meaning they weren't safe around him. I agree 100%, recap. Good morning, Save the Bees. I didn't see you come in. Good morning to everybody that I have not spoke to. I'm glad you're here. If you're here to hear the rant, you come to the right place. Because, boy, they've been heating me up this morning. Candace don't like hard questions. And again, guys, like my video yesterday or day before yesterday, whenever it was, I would like to point out, I wasn't saying that if she is autistic, I wasn't saying that was an excuse. But I am saying people who have autism have a very short fuse, and they do at times become very violent. It also would explain why she isn't crying, why she isn't communicating her feelings, because people who people who are autistic do not feel. They just don't. There's a short circuit in their brain, and they can't communicate with their feelings. They can't communicate with words sometimes. Even a high functioning autistic person will have problems. That's what I was saying, guys. I was saying she needs to go and be checked. That would at least explain why she never cried. Well, until she was prompted to over Dawn, when Dawn supposedly got taken to Boston by the U.S. Marshal Service. She could have been. I have not seen any signs of her having it. Of course, we haven't spent a lot of time around her. I mean, all we see is what's in the videos. And the reason I say that, and a lot of you people, they want to sling out shit and sling out, oh, I know this and I know that. Well, I do know about fetal alcohol syndrome, because my second son was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. Now, the worst problem he has, and he grew out of it, he's a man now, but he had real bad, like not real bad, but he had like Tourette's, sort of like Tourette's. It was just tics. Like he would blink constantly. If he was watching a movie and he got excited, he would grip his hands in between his legs and suck in through his teeth, get like a kid getting excited, stuff like that. It wasn't anything real bad. And it was because I did not know I was pregnant. What'd you do, Alpaca Maid? Could it be Summer's dad is not Dawn, and the real daddy came and got her? That's why Dawn knew something was just going to happen. Now, that's a thought. Everybody keeps saying that in the beginning they were saying that they didn't think Candace was her mom, but that's a possibility. Maybe Dawn's not her dad. Of course, you're going to have everybody jumping on you saying, oh, she looks just like him. I have a morphing app on my phone. I've been meaning to put their photos in it. Now, Marie, we do not know that for a fact. We never heard Dawn, nor Candace, nor Grandis, anybody say that they did not want Summer. That came off of YouTube. That was a rumor that was started. If anybody's in here and you want to jump up on panel, you're more than welcome to. Now, this, I would say, yeah, you're right, but come on, she looks too much like her brothers. I don't think they took all four of them from the same litter, Innocent until proven guilty. I'm going to hold you to this question. If he loses signal all the time, how come every time he goes and takes a dump on the toilet, he never loses signal while he's taking a dump? Not to be crude, but I mean, I'm tired of beating around the bush. I'm waiting for innocent until proven guilty to answer that question for me. How come he never loses signal when he's shitting on Summer's name? Literally. What was funny? You're kidding me, right? You're joking. There's nothing funny about him supposedly on YouTube talking about his missing child or his children who are in state's custody, and him going in and being so rude and vulgar and nasty and taking a dump while he's supposedly trying to get his daughter's name out there. How can you find that funny or entertaining? He don't even have the respect to wait until he gets off the damn live camera to go and do that. It's disgusting. And I'm sorry, your opinion just went down 2 or 3 notches, in my opinion, for you saying that or you trying to make light of that situation. You thinking it's funny. That's not funny. This is a baby girl who is missing. Somebody he supposedly loves with his whole heart. And he can't wait until he's off of a live camera, or at least excuse himself if he can't wait. Turn the camera off and go take care of business without shitting on her name. Yeah, you're outnumbered when it comes to this. I guarantee you that. If Don is in chat, I wish he would. Don, if you're in chat, come up on panel. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Better yet, I dare you or Candace, either one, to show your faces on my panel. I'm not going to bash you, but we will have a real conversation. Ain't going to be none of this butt kissing going around. That's for damn sure. What's so damn funny about that? Yes, he should have turned the camera off. Yes, 100%. Having a heart condition doesn't mean you're not evil. Check out Jay's video before Summer went missing. She's in the passenger seat talking about thanking God for her science teacher for just being able to make things disappear. Watch it before she takes it down. Jay who? Jody Sue's. That's why they'd never come here. They know better. He doesn't want real conversation. He doesn't want real help. They just want money, right? I think it's disgusting and nasty, and he should never do that while he is on live. He should be respectful when talking about the missing daughter. 100%. Are you saying that he may have thought he turned the camera off? No, honey, because in a bunch, or at least 2 of them I know of, he kept talking. He knew he didn't have the camera turned off. I know Don needs people on his side, innocent until proven guilty. But do you really think he's a moral, good person? Just curious. I'd like to know what you think about that too. All he has to do is turn it away. Yet again, making excuses. I agree. Anyone in Tennessee notice the white drone that circles all day? Well, I'm not up that close to be able to see it if it is. Yeah, well, innocent until proven guilty never came back and said if she thought Dawn was a morally good person. I find it strange we quote people we think are liars as stating facts. Um, Thank you, Robin. Don't they know that the FBI and TBI is listening to these YouTube videos that Dawn and Candace, are coming up on? Are they that Single and Daisy could be working with Ellie? Okay. Not sure about that, but it's possible, I guess. Emily, I believe Don is a good person. Yes, I believe he is a humble, hardworking man. Echo cares immensely for his family. Okay. I guess. Ellie isn't on Don and Candace's side because if they were, they would be cleared. Wow, the fam is only working on YouTube to line her wallet. The farm, sorry, the farm. Come on, out all creators. Daisy, come on. HDC says Daisy couldn't find her way out of a paper bag. I doubt she's bright enough to be working undercover. Could they have been playing hide and seek and maybe she got shut up in the refrigerator and when they found her, she was maybe not responsive? Dawn did have it out beating on it in the video, right? I am not the only one who believes that, Nana. Well, honey, you may not be, and you're right. You have a right to your opinion. And if you think that's, do you have children? Innocent until proven guilty. Do you have children? If you believe with your whole heart, honestly, that he is a good, morally decent person, take your children to him and let him watch them. Then take your children to him. Let them spend the day with, okay, the grandchildren then, seeing how your children are grown. Take your grandchildren to Dawn and Candace if you believe truly, honestly, that they are wonderful people and had nothing in Summer's disappearance and never did anything wrong to any of those kids. You take your grandkids and you drop them off with Dawn and Candace, and just one day. Let them spend one day with them. Are you willing to do that? I've wondered if most of their antics are just for attention to keep Summer's name out there. That's all I can figure, because they've did some pretty crazy things that can't be explained any other way. Well, honey, discovering, you know how I feel about stuff, but I'm telling you, there ain't no way in hell I would get out here and try to act like, make myself out to be guilty of doing something to one of my kids. There's way more creative ways to keep her name out there than to try to make themselves look guilty. And where did that go? Okay, your grandchildren are 5, 6, and 14. That's all the perfect ages. I'm assuming the 14-year-old's a boy. So there you go. You got it all covered. There's a 5-year-old. I'm assuming it's a girl. Or if not, a 6-year-old girl will work. So you take all three of them up there to Dawn and Candace. Dawn can take care of the two younger ones, and Candace can take care of the teenager. You leave them for the whole day. If they are such moral and just people, God fearing. Candace really ticked me off saying she will put flyers. There is no new flyers in Kingsport, Rogersville, Bluntbill, etc. that I have seen. Yeah, you live up there, don't you, Robin? Hello, I'll be frank. I'm glad to see you in here. I've seen you in a lot of other chats. I ain't never seen you in here. You're welcome here anytime. Glad to see you here, sweetheart. Didn't another creator send them new flyers? I don't know. Please don't tempt fate. What do you mean? I'm not. I'm just saying, if they believe that Don and Candace are such wonderful people, then why not take your children up there? Because they won't take their children, their loved ones up there. The only person I know of that has the guts to do that, or the stupidity, is Robin. Oh, and Dale. Dale take her granddaughter up there? Sandy says I wouldn't take my grown kids up there. Hell no, I haven't. I have two daughters, 12 and 17. I wouldn't even send my dog. Yeah, flyers were found in Candace's car. Blunt Vegas. That's my point. Where did it go? If she can't say she would let them babysit, then she has doubt. Exactly. Which means she does not believe that they are as innocent as she tries to let on. Hello, Sky Purple. Hello, everybody coming in. Mama Mia of two sons. Please read my last comment. Okay, I'm trying, babe. Hang on a second. Superhero loves Akitas. Hello. Everybody coming in that I didn't see you. Hello. I'm looking for it, hon. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. They never did anything wrong. That's why between the two of them, several CPS in several states took their kids. What the AF? Oh, and make sure Candace don't fall in love with your 14-year-old grandson. That was my point. Dawn could take care of the two youngest ones, and she could take care of the 14-year-old boy, if it's a boy. Am I local to Beach Creek? No, I'm about an hour away, but I was living about 20 minutes away when I started my channel. Why? I can tell you right now, there ain't no way in shit in hell I'd take one of my grandkids up there. What's my fight in this? Well, what's yours? What's your fight? Why are you on here defending them? You answer that one, and then that should pretty much tell you why I'm on here. I'm on here because I love children. And I want this child found. And I also happen to have a granddaughter who is literally 3 days older. I'm not being nasty. How is asking you if you would take your children, your grandchildren up there and leave them with Dawn and Candace? How is that being nasty? How is that being mean? I'm asking you, how certain are you? Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Yes, I love children. I raised 8 and I've got 7 grandchildren. And in my world, they are gifts from God. They are to be protected and took care of and loved before anything else. I've been on your case for an hour because you're in my chat saying ridiculous stuff. You still have not said if you would take your grandchildren up there. You still have not answered the question of how do you know so much more than all these professional retired cops, FBI agents, and stuff? No, they believe Dawn and Candace had something in it, but yet you seem to think you know more than they do. I have also been nice to you too. So don't act like I've just been sitting here cussing you out or some crap. When you come at me with a silly statement, I'm going to give you a rebuttal. And yes, I get passionate. And if by that comment a minute ago that you were making, you were trying to slide in there some little snide remark that I love children, yes, I do love children. They are a gift from God. Don't even try to come at me like I am guilty of something. Don't try to insinuate it either. If you don't like Nana has to say, don't let the door hit you where the sun or where the good Lord split you. Innocent until proven guilty, I'll say it. Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate that. I would take my kids up there, even though there really wouldn't be a reason. But no, I don't leave my kids with people I don't know personally. Well, see, that's all I was asking. I'll fully own my comment. I don't support child abusers, unlike some bovine. That I like that. Oh Lord, that made me mad, guys. That really has made me mad. I think innocent is just needing attention. Otherwise, they would have moved on with their day. I agree, sweetheart. I agree. Dawn and Candace took better care of the actual roaches up there on that hill than they did their own children. Yeah, why won't they call TBI while they're on a live panel? Some people act like taking their kids up there to be a TikTok challenge. That's ridiculous. Trust me, I wasn't ever suggesting anybody actually take their children up there. I was just wanting to see if they would be willing to. Her name in the YouTube world is Grandis. It's been Grandis. It will always be Grandis. And on this channel, it will always be Grandis. Just like Great Grandbun will be Great Grandbun. And Blue Roof Dawn will be Blue Roof Dawn. Grandis. We can do this all day. Yep, Grandis, Grandis, Grandis. See, everybody calls her name is Grandis. See, it's Grandis, 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 Grandis. I'm a Grinch. No, I'm just annoyed. Please pay for my. Please pray for my uterus. Okay. Grandis is the best name ever. People who support it. I thought you said people who suspect it. Well, supporters should take a profiling case or class and educate themselves. Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate that. And I'm not always a Grinch. I don't know, babe. It wasn't me. Please don't be timing out my mods, guys. I don't think you can time them. Can you time a mod out? Oh, really? What? We need to grow up simply because we don't believe the lies that Don Wells tells? Because we question what happened to that child? Exactly. Innocent, were you laughing at Dawn taking a shit on live? You need to grow up. Exactly, Spirit Hunter. Thank you. There wasn't none of us laughing at that sick stuff. A mod can? Oh. Well, guys, please make sure you don't time out each other. Doesn't CPS make parents take parenting class? Yes, they do. Okay, and if you did, then you are the one that is acting childish and you need to grow up. Hello, FBI. How are you doing, hon? I haven't seen you in here in a while. Exactly, Jesse. A baby is missing. None of it is funny. Didn't the boys give Grandis her nickname? I don't think so. I think that came from No Thanks. I know he's the one that nicknamed Great Grandbun. Uh-oh. Well, then I know there's only two people that's got super wrenches, guys. You know who you are. You need to be careful. You're not a nobody. Everybody's somebody, hon. Well, you might think you're a nobody, innocent until proven guilty, but that's not how we feel. Don Calder Grandis. Discovering says, I haven't timed anybody out, so it wasn't me. Then my other one, the other super mod that I've got is having computer issues, keyboard issues, so it may have accidentally happened, guys. It wasn't on purpose, I promise. Not been around, feeling depressed. You're a good person, Nana. Remember, I love you. I love you too, FBI. Thank you, hon. And I hope you get to feeling better, sweetheart. Right? She's always going to be Grandis. When they write books about Summerwell's story, her name will be Grandis. Nana's Angels. Don has said it himself on other panels. He knew something was going to happen to Summer. What made him think that? Honey, well, according to him himself, he said the angels told him about 4 or 5 months before she disappeared. Angels come to him and told him that something bad was going to happen to her. He was hearing voices. Yeah, it's something new YouTube come out with. Probably an accident, no foul, no harm. Yeah. Tabitha Star. Hello, hon. At the end of the day, that little baby was in the care of two grown ass women. So why have they not been charged like most cases? I've been asking that all along, honey. Another Easter without her. Her name will be added to one of the worst grandmas in history. Yep. Yes, please go ahead, recap. It was so gracious of innocent until proven guilty to, go ahead and answer you. No, Black Wing is not hidden. Innocent, please straighten up. The criteria of an Amber Alert in Tennessee. There's 4 criteria that has to be met. The child has to be 17 years or younger. Law enforcement has to believe that there was an abduction. You have to have a description of the child and either the person who took them or the vehicle they were taken in. And I can't remember what the other, there's four of them I know, but the other one's just normal police stuff. But in order to put out an Amber Alert, you have to have the description of the child and the car or the person who took them. They have to be under the age of 17, and the police have to honestly, truly believe that it was an abduction. I've done a couple of videos on that. They lost contact privileges with the boys because Candace called up drunk to the Fosters. Hello, Cotton Candy. Isn't funny what evil money makes supposedly God-fearing people do? Cash apps, yeah. She can't even contact with her other daughter's children. Oh, she can't even have contact with her other daughter's children. Talk about Grandis. Yeah, Jeannie, I don't know if it's because there's actually something set down in the courts or if it's Jeannie just really will not allow her. When Candace was on panel and Grandis was there with her, someone made a statement that in both disappearances, Grandis is there. Grandis started screaming and cussing, and you can see her real true colors. Oh, Lordy. Yeah, actually, she didn't meet the criteria. Because the criteria says they have to have a description of the child, which, yes, we had the description of the child, but it says, and the description of the person that they believe took her, or the description of the car. And they don't have either one of those. That's why I've done the videos I've done on that, because she didn't meet. I'm not complaining that they put an Amber Alert out on her, but she technically didn't meet the criteria. So why did they put one out on her? What information did they have that would cause them to do that? OMG, hey, Miss Nana, I'm glad to be on a respectful channel. I'm just about to stop watching a lot of disrespectful channels. Well, honey, if you ask innocent until proven guilty, I'm not very respectful, I guess. There's still active Amber Alert on Summer Moon Utah wells. Yes, there is. Innocent, I don't associate with people like you. That's all four criteria. Yeah, that is all four criteria, but she didn't meet them. You have to have the description of her and the description of the perpetrator or their vehicle. They did not have a description of the perpetrator or their vehicle. It has to be her and the other person. You have to have a description of. Free speech, as long as you keep it, respectful. That's all I'm asking. Nana, why is simple questions about Candace getting deleted? I don't know. Anybody deleting comments? Please don't delete comments. Like we only hear for these babies, no one else but the missing poor baby Summer. Right. Here we go. Judith Fay. My son is LE here in East Tennessee. He helped search for Summer. They want these babies' body. They want this baby's body, guys. Maybe one day you can get your son to come on my panel, sweetheart. Maybe he can answer a few basic questions, no specific questions, but basic questions for us. The the red truck was put, I believe so, because, and first of all, it didn't even come up until like the 26th of June. She has the Amber Alert though, and it's still active. Yes, yes, she does still have an active Amber Alert. Immediate danger, probably. Well, I've been racking my brain for almost 2 years now, guys. Okay, Robin, I'll check it in just a second, babe. Um, anyways, I've racked my brain trying to figure it out. And maybe the reason they called the Amber Alert was because, like I was saying early on in this live stream, Don swears up and down that he called at 5:30, that he made the 911 call at 5:30. We know that somebody, Candace or somebody, made a 911 call at 6:26 because dispatch says they said the child had only been gone 10 minutes, and that was at 6:26, 6:27. So maybe there was two different phone calls made. Maybe Don did call at 5:30. Maybe Candace did call at 6:30, and maybe when they finally realized that the two different phone calls were made an hour apart, maybe that's what made them think, oh, wow, something's really not right here, guys. And maybe we need to put an Amber Alert out on this child. I'm glad I'm not drinking coffee in case he decides to say something funny. Innocent, can you scream for Summer as much as you cause problems? Uh, Grandis is the one that should take the next lie detector for the two missing females in the family. Candace hit that baby, and Big Mama Candace helped. Just like Rose, they will take it to the grave. I remember that, Pam. There was a red truck in the police parking lot. I wish they would release all the calls and see first who called and what did they say in first-hand knowledge. You and me both, honey. I really wished. Ask yourself, why would both parents call? Usually it's just one person calling, right? Um, Hang on a second. Fancy, where's Fancy at? Innocent, I'm gonna ask you one more time. Don't be being in it, or don't be being crude or rude or hateful. I don't go for that in my chat. You're welcome to stay in here. You're welcome to make your comments. Hello, Auntie M. It's been a long time, sweetheart. But that's the final warning. If you can't, conduct yourself in a decent, grown up manner, then I'll have to ask you to leave. I really hurt for all these babies. And yes, they listen because people make stupid mistakes. It's been happening since the day Summer went missing. They can make an arrest without a body. Yes, they can. Has anyone noticed Don is going on panels and on the phone without Candace around like he used to? Anyone pick up when he says the other night he talked with RL and Pruitt when locked up? No, I didn't. I didn't hear that. None of the dispatchers said someone in the family called. I don't think it was Candace that even called. May not have been. I know you guys get tired of hearing me say it, but I made a video about that too. Remember? Do you think the Summer could be at Bays Mountain near the fire tower? Honey, it's always a possibility. Everything's possible. Just don't know how probable it is. When exactly did this case start falling apart? I can give you an exact moment. I don't know the hour and the minute, but I can give you a date and why. The exact moment that this case started falling apart was on June the 18th, 2021. When Don Wells got up there and was squeezing his son's arm and said, "We'll see her in the resurrection." In my opinion, that's when this whole case started falling apart. Lord, I can't keep up, guys. Summer Wells missing from Rogersville, Tennessee, Beech Creek area, Hawkins County, blonde hair, blue eyes, last seen on June 15, 2021. Any credible information, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Well, hon, of course, I try to read as many as I can get to, but the more people that come in, the quicker they run. But I do try to read everybody, at least, and especially if you call my attention to it. Or if you will call the attention to one of the mods, they'll make sure I, see it. Well, you're welcome, hon. Thank you, Robin. Okay. If Donnie was not home, how would he know the truth as to what happened? Right. Exactly. I've questioned that too. Ellie Mae, hello. Hello, Nana. Are they still searching for Summer Wells? They say they are. They get on the phone and search their answer machine every day. It's what John Pruitt says. Although they're not willing to hear anything that a YouTuber says, they're not willing to take any advice or hints or tips from a YouTuber. If you say you're a YouTuber, they hang up on you. But yet we have plenty of people day in and day out swearing up and down that law enforcement is listening to all YouTubers who do videos on Summer Wells. That was what the subject was today. If they are saying that we are not good enough to even take a tip from, and that we're doing nothing but causing trouble in the Summer Wells case, then why are they spending taxpayer money to pay for at least 2 or 3 people to sit and do nothing but watch videos about Summer Wells? Why are they watching us if they don't respect us enough to even listen to a tip that we may have gotten from somebody that was too scared to call law enforcement themselves? So they contact YouTubers. Summer does deserve to be found, baby girl. I agree. Dawn works far away and Candace is at a different location, and Dawn goes to the hill on weekends. I'm wondering if when Don is alone, he is putting things together. If you believe that Don is innocent, that's a really good possibility. Yeah, I know. I remember him saying that, but I don't believe that Ellie would be telling a 14-year-old whether or not they verified whether Don was at work or not. Especially not a kid, and a kid that's actually physically involved in the case, in the investigation. Honey, I don't know. We truly do not know if there was or wasn't any. Hang on one second, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. Y'all know my kids come first. That was my babies, or my baby girl, should I say. Um, so where was we at? Sorry, I got distracted. From the sources, Iggy had said they failed for guilty knowledge and they'll never get the boys back. Don also told Doug he didn't know anything about the knee brace. In my opinion, at the moment, they have separated. I don't know. I do know, guys, that we have been on here for 3 hours. Yes, that mattress was beyond disgusting. And you want, okay, any of the, I hate saying it, well supporter, I hate saying that. You want proof of neglect? Proof. I believe it was Innocent was saying that a minute ago. Do you have proof of neglect? Yes, I do have proof. That nasty mattress. Because it takes $20. You can go to Walmart and buy a air mattress for $20. And they could have threw that nasty piece of crap so-called mattress away. Did they? No. They left that nasty mattress in there and allowed the world to come in and see it and called it Summer's bed. There's your proof. That's neglect. Would you put your child on that mattress? Would you allow one of your grown children to put your grandchild on a mattress like that? Or would you say that's neglect? Put them on something clean and decent. That's neglect. There's your proof. Guys, it's been 3 hours. I'm going to jump off here. I've got to make a phone call. If it is Tim, we don't care what you have to say anyway, weirdo. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what's Tim? Hold up. Who are we talking about, Jesse? Are you talking about the innocent until proven guilty person? Oh, I guess I'll never know. You think it's Tim? Well, they said that they were a woman, but yeah, I guess if they're a weirdo, they'd say anything, wouldn't they? Well, I figured it was somebody from over that in that camp. Right, because they have not gone away and they're sticking around, and no matter what you say to them, and most people, if they are just a well supporter, they get agitated or the feelings get hurt and they go away. So yeah, it probably could be either Tim Mullins or, and I don't figure it's okay. So are you admitting that you are Tim Mullen? If it was Don, I think he would have got agitated and started arguing. None they know they are pushing your buttons. It isn't worth your health to let them needle you. Summer's missing and they are defending the two people who should have been keeping her safe. I agree, hon. Tim is in incel, can't get a real woman, so he sticks to innocent children, in my opinion. Right? All right, guys. Like I said, I've got to make a phone call. It's very important, or else I would stick around. Although we have gone 3 hours. So I have enjoyed the chat today. I have enjoyed the conversation. I've even enjoyed the debating. So I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I can. I meant unsubscribe. Are you unsubscribing from me? I hope you're not meaning me. Guys, if you're not subscribed, please go hit the subscribe button, hit the like or not like button, and, you know, join me back again the next time. April 10th is grand jury meeting. Okay, I see that. Same as last year. You guys, say prayers for all these kids that are missing, all of them, not just Summer, but all of them. And as I've asked on the front of my videos, there's a list of names of kids that have gone missing since January 2021. Please, people, go pick out a name. Go find out information about them. It don't matter if you're a creator, a subscriber, a viewer, a mod. It don't matter who you are. Go pick one of those names. Look up some information about them. If it's nothing more than just their picture, put it on one of your social media pages, whether it's TikTok, um, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. It don't matter what it is. Put that kid's picture out there. You never know who you may run across that may have actually seen that child. And if each one of us take one child, imagine how many faces and stories and names we can get out there just in one day. Now imagine if we did it at least twice a week. If everybody took one name, one picture, one story twice a week and put it out there on whatever social media we've got. Think about it, guys. You don't have to be a creator. You don't have to tell a story. You can just simply type out "this child is missing, help bring them home," and put their information out there. Thank you, baby girl. All right, guys, I'm going to shut up bitching right now. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.